Conceivable through the democratic framework that we can have cutting of hands in a state, really and truly.
No.
It is conceivable.
No. Just because.
Yes.
Just because it's correct democratically, it doesn't mean that.
I didn't say correct. I said conceivable.
No, conceivable, consistent. It doesn't.
So
it doesn't
would
mean
you
it's
oppose?
ethical. It doesn't mean it's ethical.
No, this is a different question now, because our ethics. Where do our ethics actually come from? That's the question. Now the thing is,
It comes from God, right?
no, as Muslims we would say that, right? But now in a democratic place, we have decided, if you live in a democratic country and you agree with democracy, you decide that the majority, the majority principle is what determines how we should live our life. Therefore, if the majority decide upon X, then X is, by majority's definition, what's ethical for them people at that time. So here, ethics and morality are intricately connected, if not partners, with democracy. We're not saying that everything, and this is not what I'm saying, so don't straw man. I'm not saying that everything that comes out of the democratic framework is necessarily ethical. I'm not a Democrat with a capital D believing that it's an ultimate truth.
No, what you can say is that it's democratically justified.
Absolutely.
But is it morally justified?
No problem.
That's another conversation.
So where'd you get your morality?
Where do I get my morality?
How do you define what's objective morality?
How do I define what's objective
How
morality?
do you ascertain objective morality?
By using. How do you obtain objective morality?
How do you ascertain or obtain? How do you know what objective morality is?
How do you? By using reason.
Tell me one system, one rational system, by which and through which we can churn or we can reason any kind of morality.
Any kind of morality.
Yeah, because you've said reason, right?
Yeah.
So when you say reason, because it's a word that's quite big, right? Underneath it, you have things like logical, formal logic, mathematics, science, possibly. Yeah, all of those things are on. Sorry, go ahead.
You're talking about the topic of ethics. So
Yes.
philosophy, right?
No,
So
yeah.
philosophy falls into categories, one of which is ethics, right? So
Okay.
you can use reason and philosophy.
Fine, I'm
to
giving you.
determine
I'm asking.
what is
So perfect. I want you to do that to me now, Adam. I'm saying to you, because I heard that you're a philosopher. Yeah. I don't know. Are you a philosopher, right? So you're a philosopher. I would love to know one philosophical way by which and through which we can ascertain objective morality.
Well, if the way in which that we understand objective morality exists is that we attribute things that we see that are immoral to, and for it to have anything to make any sense, there must be objective morality.
No problem. I'm asking you now, how do we know what objective morality consists of using reason and philosophy?
You're talking about the content.
This is what I'm saying. My proposition is as follows, right? And this is I'm putting it out there.
Okay, let me ask you a question that might help you.
Yes.
Do you think that you can only obtain morality through scripture? Wahi?
Well, it depends on what morality we're talking about.
Well, not just morality.
No. I would say that I can divide morality. So, into different parts. So I would say to you, look, as Muslims, as you know, we believe in the fitrah. The fitrah is the innate predisposition of God. So God has put something in us which makes us recognize His existence.
Yes.
And within the fitrah, you have certain things, some extra, let's say, theological things, which also guide us in the right direction. For example, it might be the case that we know innately, that killing someone is a wrong thing to do. Okay. How would we, as Muslims, explain that from using our framework as Muslims? We would say it's the fitrah. So, but what we would say is that we require scripture to direct us in matters of at least the minutiae of transactional experience.
That's where you and I would differ.
Yeah, okay, fine.
So I don't think you need scripture. I think you can ascertain rationally ethical judgments in the world that you live. I don't believe you have to have wahi.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
If you believe that, it's not a problem. You have to now you have to prove that. So I'm asking you to prove this, because what I'm saying is that if you look at most of the works of the postmodernists, you've got people like Jacques Derrida, Bertrand Russell, Richard Dawkins, Sam Harris, all of these atheists, all of them are telling you, in Sam Harris's way, there is no neurobiological way of ascertaining, objective morality. I'm asking you, you've said that using...
Sam Harris would believe in objective morality.
He doesn't believe in it. He said he puts in his moral landscape in the book in a footnote in one of the end chapters. He says there is no neural.
He had a debate with William Lane Craig on.
Yeah, but I'm referencing. Yeah, so I'm saying what he said is that there is no neurobiological way, yeah, of ascertaining objective morality. Richard Dawkins and I think a blind watchmaker.
Hold on, wait. No
neurobiological way of ascertaining.
But that doesn't mean he doesn't believe in objective morality. No, what that means is it escapes his paradigm.
Yeah, no. He agrees. Richard Dawkins in his book The Blind Watchmaker, he says there is no good, there is no bad, there is no evil, there is no this, there is no. They don't believe in objective morality. Look at Michael Foucault, look at Jacques Derrida, look at Bertrand Russell. Almost all of those individuals have found something out. Look at Nietzsche, Beyond Good and Evil. All of these individuals.
Kant believed in objective
morality. Who?
Kant.
Immanuel Kant. It depends on how you read him in Critique of Pure Reason. Like, for example, if you look at.
He believed in objective morality, right?
You can read him in different ways. I'm not going to make a statement about him until I see all of the. It might be an ikhtilaf on him. What I'm saying to you is this, right? What I'm saying to you is, you've said the way you come to objective morality is through reason. I've said to you, and I said, what kind of reason? Philosophy. You said, what kind of philosophy? It must be ethics. So, okay, I said to you, how comes we have almost all the postmodernist philosophers, almost all of the of these individuals, claiming that on, for example, materialism, on atheism, there is no objective way of finding.
But some philosophers do, right?
Pardon?
Some philosophers do.
Give me an example and give me the evidence and make the case for it.
I haven't read a book of a philosopher, atheist in ages.
Sorry, I think thank you.
Talk, I'll search it.
No problem. What I'll say to you is this, so that's why, as Muslims, we say the wahi, the revelation, is what dictates to us, because it goes back to tawheed, it goes back to sifat, it goes back to the attributes of God. So we say that, look, Allah is all knowing, He's all wise, He's all powerful. He knows the minutiae of the sociological environment. He knows the minutiae of psychological predispositions of human beings. He knows the minutiae of biological predispositions of human beings, and therefore He prescribes, okay, certain rules for certain people. Now, that's why traditionalists like myself, okay, they hold fast to what the Quran says. Now, I agree with you.
Peter Atkins.
Pardon?
Peter Atkins.
Okay, no, but what does he say? Give me the. Look, I'm not telling you to name drop. I'm telling you to make the argument. Because I made the argument.
You didn't ask me to make an argument. I can make the argument.
I want you to make the argument on how now. What is the mechanism? What is the mechanism that we can use to find objective morality outside of what? This is my question. What is the mechanism we can use to find objective morality outside of? What is the? You said one word. Give me the process.
I actually demonstrated. You didn't listen.
Go on.
I said, in order to condemn something or to condone something, there must be an objective reality in order for it to make sense. Otherwise, we can't say child abuse is wrong if you don't.
Child abuse.
Yeah, child abuse is wrong.
Okay.
Or immoral.
Outside of Islam, yeah. Outside of now, you have no religion. How are you going to find that child abuse is wrong?
Well, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So, hold on.
Objectively.
Yeah, because you believe there's an objective realm of morality.
Yeah.
Right? So therefore you can say to harm someone, harm is wrong. Harm.
How would you prove that?
Well, that's like saying, how do you prove the good is good?
No.
It is.
No, that's a tautology. I'm not talking about circular arguments here. I'm saying how do you prove?
But you're asking. Look, you can.
There's different questions. Harm is good is not a tautology. Good is good is a tautology.
Have a foundation. It's like saying, how do you know that you exist without knowing that you exist? There are foundational beliefs.
These are two different questions.
No, there are foundational beliefs.
So axiomatic.
So you can believe that harming is objectively wrong.
Okay.
And to ask,
how do you?
For example, to ask, well, what's the proof of that?
Yeah.
Is a bit reductive.
So is it axiomatic? Is an axiomatic belief?
Yeah, you can say that to harm someone is an axiomatic belief, and you don't have to believe in the book.
So if it's axiomatic, by definition, it has no evidence.
I wouldn't say it has no evidence.
That's what an axiom is.
No, it could be a foundational belief.
No, an axiom, by definition, has no evidence.
Well, to support it. A prior evidence to support it.
So what you're saying is, you should believe, this is what you're telling us, you should believe that harm is wrong with no evidence.
No, I'm saying that it's a foundational belief.
Yeah, that's an axiom.
and that they've got no reasons to doubt that harm is wrong.
All right, so how do you prove it?
It would be okay. All right. Now let me just
objectively.
No.
Yeah.
To say that now you would have to argue.
Yeah.
Now you would have to argue that believing being harmed is wrong is actually wrong. Now you would have to argue.
Say that again, sorry.
You would have to argue that believing that harming someone is wrong. You would have to say that statement is wrong.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just
No,
saying
you
I'm
would.
asking you to prove it.
Because you're asking me to prove it.
No. That's a false. That's a false way of reasoning.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let me tell you why that's a false way of reasoning. If I ask you for proof, you're making the claim, and the one who's making the claim, the burden of proof.
Okay, because another way of proving something is to deny the opposite. So reductive ad absurdum, right? So I'd say, okay, you don't accept that. I say it's a foundation.
I'm not denying the opposite.
No, 1 second. I'd say it's a foundational belief, right?
Yeah, okay.
What's the consequence of denying that? That we can actually hurt people?
So what about the consequence?
So that's an evidence.
No, it's not an evidence.
That is an
The
evidence,
consequence of
because
something is not.
No, because the opposite of something.
Go ahead.
Right? If you don't accept the opposite of something, that means that it's positive. It's actually true.
If I say to you, it's an axiomatic foundational belief to believe in God.
Yeah, and you're justified in believing that.
No problem. Yeah. Now the atheist has a question to ask. Prove it. Are you saying that question that the atheist asked has no foundation?
No, because the question is wrong. Because if it's an
Good.
axiomatic,
I agree. With that one, I agree.
So,
But no,
I can hold the belief in God in the foundational
But
way.
you know,
wait.
Go
Let
on.
me finish. Don't steal my thunder. So just so I can believe in God in a foundational sense, I
Yes.
can also believe that harming people is wrong in a foundational sense.
But that can only be. Now that's perfect.
Yeah.
It can only be first person subjective. It can never be objective. Do you accept that?
What can
It can only be first person. So if I say, look, I believe in, I experience God, yeah? That can only be first person. If now a third person...
You're talking about subjectivity. We're talking about, you've just shifted from objectivity to subjectivity, personal experience. We're not talking about personal experience.
No, first person
You sound like
experience.
Sarah now. I've done with Sarah. I dealt with Sarah.
Did you deal with
him? Well, I spoke to him. We had a really good conversation. Personal experience. Leave personal experience out. Stick to objectivity.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. I'm saying to you, is there any objective way? Because what we saw with axioms, yeah, they are sometimes useful in mathematics, although they're not provable sometimes. Yeah. I'm asking.
But they're
a question.
true though.
No, you can't say they're true.
No,
You can say that they're necessary.
No. There are axiomatic values in mathematics that we can't necessarily prove. They don't rely on any other truth.
Accepted. That's exactly right.
But we accept them.
No, we accept them. Our accepting them is not a proof.
Does the idea of objective...
Do you get this?
1 second.
Yes.
There's two separate questions.
Yeah.
Can you have Can you actually comprehend objective morality? Yes. And does it make sense without God? Those are two separate things.
Yeah.
The problem with
is it conceivable?
The problem that I have with your ideas is that you're conflating ontology with epistemology.
I don't think I'm conflating.
I think you are, because
let's define terms. Ontology is a theory of being or becoming. Yeah, and epistemology is of knowledge. So look, I believe those two things are
ontologically. I don't think you can have morality without God. Ontologically, but epistemologically, you can.
No, that's good. I accept it. I accept this. I've never ever made the argument that you can't have morality without God. I believe you can definitely have morality without God.
But if you believe that, then why do you need scripture?
No. I've always said you can never have objective morality, and which is.
It's the same thing.
It's not. No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, because you can have subjective morality and you can have objective morality.
Subjective morality is not morality in the sense that what we're talking about.
No. Let me tell you what I mean by subjective morality.
Yeah.
If in my opinion, okay, eating pork is wrong.
Yes.
Or let's say, I don't know, chopping trees is wrong. Yeah. That's my subjective opinion. Now, for me to prove that, you're saying let's use reason. I'm saying, what is the mechanism by which and through which?
Wait.
Yeah. Think about it.
But
do you get what I'm saying?
So but
do you get it?
Yes.
You're
saying that you believe chopping trees is wrong.
No.
If you had the view.
Now look, if I say chopping trees down is a wrong thing, that's my subjective opinion. Now, if I want to prove this, I have to have a mechanism of proving it.
No, you have to have a basis of proving it.
Okay, no, I have to have a mechanism of proving it.
Before even the mechanism.
Let me put it in an easier way.
Before the mechanism, you need the ontology.
Okay, fine. The ontology precedes everything. The ontology precedes everything. It's the
So is there objective morality within that discussion? That
Which
the
one?
example you just gave, cutting down trees. Is there objective morality?
no.
in
I
that
don't think you
scenario?
can get objective morality like that. Objective, no.
What do you mean you can't get objective morality?
Let me tell you what I mean by objective morality.
So, can I just say, before the Quran
Yeah,
was
yeah.
ever brought onto earth,
Yeah, we had other scriptures.
okay, before they were brought on earth,
Yeah, okay.
there was
We had
no,
Lawh al-Mahfuz.
I guess you get at that one. I guess you get at that one. I saw that one coming.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, but what I'm trying to explain, so you're saying that if we had no scriptures on the earth, then objective moralities don't exist.
No, because what I'm saying is that...
What you should say...
No,
if
hold
you
on.
want to be consistent-
You asked me the question.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, objective morality is defined by God. That's my argument. I'm saying that you cannot...
Defined. Explain
Yeah,
defined.
Defined. Literally, it's not an explanation.
I think I would use the word based in.
No, okay, whatever you want to do, it's
Yeah.
all
I'll tell you why
phraseological.
that's important, because-
But Adam, here's the point. Here's what I'm making to you, right? This is it's a foundational point that we need to understand, okay? I'm saying that as human beings in a sociological landscape, we are limited in what we can discover morally. One more time. Human beings in a sociological environment, we are limited as to what we can either discover or uncover as objectively moral, yeah, in our own capacities.
I used to believe that, but
Yeah, what made you change your mind? It's the truth.
the reason I changed my mind
Yeah.
is to believe that you can only get morality from scripture.
But I haven't said this point.
So you don't hold to this point.
No, I didn't say from scripture. I said from God. It's defined by God. Whether scriptures existed or not, God has the knowledge of it. So
Okay,
long as it's,
so why can't I use reason to understand?
what I'm saying is that even if you use reason all you want, there is no mechanism. Just like for example, right?
There is-
Let me say something.
Reason
Let me
is
say.
the
Let me break it down for you, right? For example, mathematics has proofs. Logic has deductions. In fact, logic is broken down into inductive logic, abductive logic, deductive, whatever. Yeah. And what those systems attempt to do is they take sometimes a general and make it specific, or they attempt to reiterate the same information.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really interesting. Can I just make a point? Sorry, I apologize. Mathematics is really interestingly, repetitive. Someone said this to me the other day, and it's quite powerful. Mathematics. Sorry, I'm tangent. I'm going. But mathematics is basically a repeat. Like for example, 2 + 2 = 4. You're just saying 4 again, but in different symbols and expressions. 2 + 2. But at least we have a way of deriving 4, which is 2 + 2, right? Or 6 - 2, whatever it is. Yeah. We get 4. The point I'm making to you is there is a system in place. If we want to come to 4, there are ways. It's like a map. It's like a heuristic. We can get to 4 in a multiplicity of a modicum of different ways, a panoply of ways. Now, my point is this: just as we can get to 4, 4 is in my case here is the objective morality.
No, but just because.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Just because.
How do we reach
Wait,
the moral objective
just
morality
because-
using? Yeah.
Just for something to be objective, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a systematic approach like mathematics. It could be objective and it could be very, very different from how we access it and how we make
No
conclusions.
problem, but it can only
It
be
could
first-
very jaded.
In that case,
Our
it's-
understanding of what is right and wrong
Perfect.
could be jaded, but that doesn't undermine its objectivity. For
No,
example,
you're right.
I could be very poorly cited, but that doesn't undermine the objectivity of the world.
Perfect. I agree with this
Or I
point.
could have 20/20 vision.
That's right. But what I would say to you is, it becomes unprovable. And in the context of a
I don't like this word proof that the way you're using it because
Why?
because there are very few things that you can prove to begin with, right, in a mathematical sense. But what I've already explained to you that it's a foundational belief to harm people is wrong.
No, but that's axiomatic. And axiomatic, by definition, is non-provable, right?
Yeah, but who said it has to be?
No, but let me tell you the
You're
difference.
saying it has to
Let me
be.
tell you the difference, right? The difference between mathematics. Think of it this way, yeah? I put this parable forward before, and I'll say it again. You have castles, and you can't build castles on thin air, right? Foundations determine the building of something. One thing that testifies to the axioms or the axiomatic truth in the system of mathematics is consistency. Although, of course, Gödel had made the incompleteness theory and put the cat in with the pigeons with this one. But the idea is, when you have a castle